My name is Melissa Plunkett. I'm a third year midwifery. I'm running for the welfare officer.
And your age, please?
I am 29 years old. The Students' Union is to be the voice for the students. So for their ideas and any problems that they might have, for the union to be able to voice them on a higher level where individual students maybe would struggle, the union have come together and are able to represent the student body.
What does the role of welfare officer?
Well, the role of the welfare officer entails quite a bit. So they sit on some boards, such as SHAG, so it's the Eradicating Sexual Harassment in Third Level Education. They sit on GA. I think quite a few of the officers sit on GA, Governing Authority. They have a role with Healthy UCD. They have a role in boards that are subcommittees that come under like GA. So there is student experience, and I think they're looking at a mental health one as well. On top of that then, the welfare officer would deal with student cases, so students who would be maybe struggling financially or having personal circumstances that they need help with. They are more than welcome to come into the welfare officer and get advice as what funding is available or where they should go to with problems, how to apply for extenuating circumstances, if they need access to the counselling service, doctors, or further afield, depending on what the issue is.
Here.
Another loaded question. So to try and repair the damage that has been done, I think we have to remember that college students are kind of on a rotation, so we are getting new students in who may not be aware of what has gone on. So I think that is a benefit in the sense that they may not have a knowledge of the union, and we can impact there by, part of my manifesto says, or part of what is online, bits that I did not get into my manifesto, would be offering information in welcome packs. So you know the way when you accept your offer from UCD they send out a nice little pack. I think if the union could put together something just informative, getting information out there of what the union is, who the people are and what they can do, that is a step in the right direction of getting people engaged. I think what happened in the past happened, and we need to try and move forward and just remind the students that the union is there for them and it is their voice. Okay, so right now I feel that SHAG Week, it was, you can get these kind of STIs and STDs, and from conversations that I've had with friends of mine and friends of friends, I've realised that people don't actually understand the basics of safe sex. So the basics of contraception, what kind of contraception is available, why contraception works and doesn't work. So I think there's no point in telling people about all of these kind of things that can happen when they don't understand the very basics of sexual education. You need to start with a foundation before you can build upon it. I mean, obviously STIs and that will be part of that education, but I mean, if you can name me 5 STIs, that's great, but how do you prevent them? That is a good question. So being a parent, I am fully aware that there is a creche on campus, and that's actually how I got into my role in the union. There used to be a grant for childcare, which has been cut. I'd really like to get that back because childcare is exceptionally expensive on top of college fees, transport, food, everything else. Childcare is just another boundary for student parents. So at the moment there is no funding for childcare. There is a creche. It is expensive. It's a fantastic creche. I'm not knocking it. It is top notch. I've been there. I've spoken with the manager. I've had a tour with Barry and Owen, the president and the welfare officer. But there's no support. So there is an Affordable Childcare Act coming in, and I have been speaking with Owen about it and trying to get UCD on board to make a grant available. Funding was cut previously and they took the grant away from student parents because they could help more people who didn't have kids, because childcare is more expensive than other supports. So hopefully with the affordable care coming in, we'd be able to use that to subsidise, so it's a government initiative rather than funding coming directly from UCD. We'd be able to tie in the government initiative with the childcare. Oh boy, would I. Yeah, I think that there needs to be more knowledge available as to what a student does. So at the moment, I'm not sure if all students would be aware of where they could go or who they could report to. I think that it's not clearly laid out for them, and that is definitely something that I'd be looking at addressing. That these are the people that you can go to disclose this and to have these conversations with. And this is the process. So yeah, absolutely, I think that there needs to be more education on it, and I don't see that at the moment in UCD.